My presentation today is on maritime piracy. What is maritime piracy? Piracy is an act of robbery or criminal violence by a ship or boat upon another ship. According to Statista Research Department, in the past 10 years, there have been over 2,800 confirmed pirate attacks around the world, and many of them are deadly. Most pirate attacks around the world occur in the Indian Ocean, off the coast of Somalia, a country in eastern Africa. Terrorism has been linked to pirates since 1991, when the Somali Civil War broke out. That is the main reason why maritime piracy is a big deal today. The resurgence of maritime piracy. People believe that there is a resurgence of piracy due to lack law enforcement. In the article, Lax Security Enables a Resurgence of Maritime Piracy, it states that they believe shipping companies and yacht owners have lowered their vigilance and taking fewer precautions while shipping, which have caused an uprising in piracy. But on the other side, you have people who think that there's no resurgence and companies are still doing a good job regulating piracy. Shipping companies in 2012 stated they increased security and have more refined warning systems to better protect against pirates. People believe they have seen a huge decline in maritime piracy and expect it to decline in the future. Linked to terrorist groups. On one side, you have people who think that pirates have a direct correlation to terroristic groups. According to Somali Pirates Are Financing Islamic Terrorists, it states that they believe that pirates, especially Somali pirates, are directly linked with Islamic terrorist groups like Al-Shabaab. Those terroristic groups are recruiting the pirates and using them for kidnapping and hijacking for profit to the group. But on the other hand, you have people that think that pirates have no correlation with terrorist groups and will work on their own will. They believe that pirates are their own organization, and reports have shown that groups like Al-Shabaab actually deter Somali pirates and have nothing to do with them. Importance of regulating maritime piracy. On one hand, you have people who think that regulating piracy is a top priority. In the past year, there have been over 195 deadly pirate attacks, and people believe that law enforcement are not doing enough to lower that number. Nearly 80% of pirates that are responsible for attacks are not caught and still roaming the waters today. But on the other hand, people believe that there are more important crimes to deal with than piracy. According to the article, the Somali Islamic groups Al-Shabaab actually deter Somali pirates. It states that in the past year, there have been 195 deadly attacks. In 2010, there were 445. These people also explain that a loss of cargo should be on the shipping company's lack of precaution and not on law enforcement. My argument. It is obvious to see that maritime piracy is a humongous problem and is important for people to get an understanding of the topic. Shipping companies need to ramp up their vigilance and update their technology. Plus, yachtmen need to study the waters that they sail in and keep a close eye out for pirates. Shipping companies upped their supervision in 2012, and it declined piracy. But slowly but surely have backed off their precautions and have overlooked the threat. Any crime that has any correlation with terrorism should always be a top priority to law enforcement and countries' militaries. Somalia's problem. Somalia has been in civil war since 1991 against the Somali National Movement, Al-Shabaab, and Al-Qaeda. Terrorist attacks and piracies also spiked during that time due to the constant rotation of governments and a lack of spending because of those governments. According to Wikipedia, Somalia's GDP nominal is 5.2818 billion and is ranked 184th in the world, which is extremely low for the size of Somalia. And according to the Borgen Project, over 73% of the entire population is under the poverty line, and an average life expectancy in Somalia is only 52 years of age. According to Who Owns Kenya, a Somali police officer's salary is 172,500 Somali shillings, which is only $300 US, or 2,070,000 Somali shillings, which is only 3,600 US, which is definitely not enough to meet ends meet. Somalia's solution. The United States of America have deployed troops in Somalia ever since 1991, the start of the war. While deployed in Somalia, the United States merely cracked down on Somali ransom pirates and the connection between pirates and Islamic terrorist groups. The Somali Civil War is an ongoing war, but in 2020, President Donald Trump ordered the Department of Defense to withdraw 700 troops from Somalia, over 55% of the troops deployed. The solution, I think, is that the United States needs to focus on the fight against Al-Shabaab or another global superpower need to aid in the fight. In conclusion, maritime piracy is a huge problem that are killing people and cost companies and countries millions of dollars. People should learn about piracy because they are supplying and working for terrorist groups that could be a big problem for the world in the future. Al Qaeda was responsible for the September 11 attacks. Who knows what they might be up to in the future? Finally, a quote from Limney Stickett states that piracy is a tradition that has been carried on for hundreds of years. That doesn't mean we should all attack ships and steal their gold.